the flip side of this, and I want to ask Nalini you this, the flip side of this is progressives are growing, but Democrats are losing the House. What happened? And that is, well, some of these centrist Democrat incumbents ain't hitting anymore. They're not working anymore. So some of those 6 Democrats who lost their reelection bids are members of the centrist coalition called the New Democrats Coalition. We saw Sean Patrick Maloney in New York, chair of the DCCC, who in the redistricting kerfuffle booted Mondaire Jones, a squad member progressive, and then lost his fucking election. So there is a lot of blame, but it's not going to young progressives. It's going to older centrist Democrats.
Yeah. I mean, the rest of the country went left or went blue while New York went red. Like the whole state, wow. Like locally went red. If it wasn't for the votes on the Working Families Party line for Kathy Hochul, which in New York we have fusion voting, like we put her we were the threshold for her to win. Or it would have been Lee Zeldin, who's like a mini little Trump, has been building a fiefdom in Long Island for quite some time, and has been a character in New York State politics. And it's just like, you have folks like AOC calling for the removal of Jade Jacobs, for him to resign, who is the head of the Democrats there. And particularly Sean Patrick Maloney. Oh, I got so much to say about that man. But not only he spent all of the DCCC money on his race. He poured $6 million instead of, right now we're in, vote counting in Colorado 3, I believe, with Lauren Boebert. Like, why right. That money, even $500,000, maybe would have gotten some more votes.
Yeah.
And we could have beaten whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Like Bobo. And so like, he poured into his own race. And that's when it gets really frustrating, that it's not just that they don't actually care about what's on the line. They care about their own little fiefdoms and their own power. And you saw what happened where New York Democrats are in a bit of a crisis, which, thank God, finally, if it wasn't for Cuomo and it wasn't ever, it's just like, we've all been known that they're not the best. And, now we're seeing it. And it really sucks, because it's like, we could have won the House.
Yes. And another race people are mad about money not going to is Jamie McLeod Skinner in Oregon's 5th, who was a progressive and just didn't working at WFP put money behind her, but DCCC, there was not a lot of money coming from the big Dem donors. So and then obviously in California, but on to the point of New York, what it says a lot that these blue states are the reason that the Democrats are losing the House.
Yep.
It says that they've just fucking let their own, their yard. Why am I giving this metaphor? I don't even really have a yard. The yard is growing over. They're not taking care of their own side of the street, I guess is what I should say. And in terms of like the last laugh, I just think about Cuomo, because Cuomo orchestrated this whole thing in New York with like the redistricting, the conservative judges, the the handshake with Republicans, and here we are. Can you explain a little bit more, Nalini, because you understand it better than I do, what happened in New York and how this redistricting fucked the control of the House?
Yeah, so the state legislator, for folks, redistricting works that, every 10 years, state legislators, they get the new census numbers and they redistrict. They redraw lines. The state legislator voted to redraw the lines, and like they came up with districts, all of this stuff, pretty favorable. And then in a act of just a lot of things happened, but basically we had to have a special master. I kid you not. The title of this person was a special master to redraw the lines because they weren't fair enough. In history, Republicans gerrymander districts all the time.
Yeah.
And not one I didn't even know the special master freaking existed. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I love how rules only apply to Democrats, and they never, like, who the fuck heard of a parliamentarian before Biden got in there? And you're like, what the fuck? There's a fucking parliamentarian? Like, yes, we have rules. Yeah. And you're like, you do?
Special master.
A maester.
I called him master. Like, it was just, maester. And so redrew the lines. And then So a lot of people were up against each other. Like Mondare and Sean Patrick Maloney were basically district, because people live in their homes. They were districting. And Sean Patrick Maloney said, you go run in Brooklyn. That's upstate New York. And I was, as somebody who's organized in like, the lower Hudson Valley as well as New York City, I was like, what in the actual business? This is absolutely. And then also, because Mondare went to this other seat, he ran against Yulene, who was a progressive, who almost won. And then we got this centrist, which, it's super liberal district, so it wasn't going to go right. But we got this centrist millionaire from Brooklyn Heights. So not only did they like F the Democratic Party, they effed it in every single possible way. Like districting, another seat, losing seats, like every single way you could F up things. New York Democrats
did it, crushing it. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/Bitchuation Room. Do it.